Hello everyone, all things Kevin here. I am going to show you how to fillet a pike, northern pike. You can get 5 good fillets out of a pike, depending on how big it is. And that's what we're going to do tonight. Stick with me, and this will be a good video to learn how to fillet a pike. Stop recording. Okay, so I like to have everything set up for the procedure here. I've got a cold bucket of water. I like to usually use 2 of them, but it's only one fish, so I'm using 1. I've got an electric fillet knife. It makes it so much easier. I've got a cutting board over my utility sink. And then, of course, the fish. This is our pike. You can see it's just over 23 inches long. On the lake I was at, you're allowed 5 pike, with 1 being over 24 inches. I caught 10 pike tonight, but kept 1. The first one was the biggest. All right. So I usually like to start in the back, right on top, behind the neck. So I sit the pike up, and it is slimy, so it's a good idea to keep your hands wet off the slime. This is where I start. You feel the skull bone where it gets soft, right there. I just go down to the spine, make a turn, and fillet it flat all the way up there and come up at the dorsal fin. That's number 1. Right up there. There's your first fillet. Bone free. It does have this middle cartilage in here that I like to take out. Okay, I'm going to let that soak in the water. Rinse my hands off. Next fillet, you're going to start behind the gill, all the way down to right. You're going to fillet right along here and come up at this point right here. Okay. Just want to go right along there and come up right at this area. Okay. That's fillet number 2. Then you start back here again, just past the rectum. Make another cut. This one is totally bone free all the way to the end of the tail. I like to flip that over. I keep paper down because, again, the pike is slimy and slippery. So once I'm here, I leave it on the tail. I cut at almost at a 45-degree angle, not through the skin, just to the skin and right along the skin. Just like that. A nice boneless fillet. Rinse all that off. Okay, then I flip it over. Do the same thing on the other side. Start behind the gill. Go straight down. Right on top of the bones there. A bunch of Y bones. Come up right there. Okay. There's another boneless fillet. Let that soak in the water. I know it looks like we're leaving a lot of meat, and sometimes we are, but the bones are all under here. So you want to avoid that. So again, you start here. And just go all the way on top. And stop right there. 45-degree angle. Top of the skin. There you go. Another boneless fillet. Okay, here's the first piece I cut off the back. Boneless, cartilage down the middle. I'm going to take this off the skin first and then get rid of that cartilage. 45-degree angle all the way down, right on top of the skin. Holding it in place. Sometimes you flip it over to get the other end. Hold it, I pinch it down. There we go. You can get rid of any excess skin. Sometimes it just doesn't lay flat. That's easy to get rid of. Okay. Now for that cartilage, I like to make two pieces. You can see that white strip right down the middle. I just cut one side. Now run an angle like that. There you go. There's a boneless fillet. Even though it's skinny and long, it's good eating. I'll cut this in half sometimes just to make it cooking easier. Let it soak in the water. Now for this piece, just get rid of that cartilage. Again, right down the middle. Piece of skin there. Cut that one. There you go. Two boneless fillets right there. Okay. Now the side. This was the side piece with the skin still on it. Rinse your blade off every so often. Get some of that slimy off. Okay, so I find the skin, I pinch it down, And I take the knife, again, 45-degree angle, just cut it right along the skin there. Sometimes you got to get it started. Hold it down tight. That's why I use paper. You can use paper towel also. There we go, right along the skin. Okay, there you go. All that skin is off now. And here, I like to get rid of this silvery piece. Make a nice thin cut there. Some here. Okay. Alright, I cut this one in half just to make it easier to cook and fry up, or pan fry, or bake it, whatever you like to do. There's a boneless fillet. I got some bones in here, but they're big enough. When you cook it up, you'll be able to see them. Okay, almost done. One more side. There we go. Pinch that down. 45-degree angle. Right along the skin. There we go. And we can easily get rid of this. Okay. Now, this is where the rib cage was. So I'm going to get rid of those bones and that silvery flesh there. Nice thin cut. Like that. And there we go. Nice boneless fillet. Cut that in half. Now you got two. And that's it, guys. Make sure you clean up your mess. If you're married, you know what I mean. No fish guts. No nothing left behind. And that's it. How to fillet a pike. All things Kevin. Thanks for watching. Please comment below if you have easier ways. I've seen it a lot different ways, but this seems to be the easiest for me. Everybody's got a different way to do it, but that's the way I do it. You get a lot of meat off of that, even on a small pike. Okay.